you've been doing it for 20 years, but you started out, I mean, as a teenager, you were a logger?
Yeah. I've been working in the bush since I was about 13, and then when I graduated from high school, it was full time. I broke in falling in around 1990 or so, or just before then, and then decided I didn't want to be doing that till I'm old and gray, so I started carving just around that time.
Did you know that that was an option at the time?
No, not at that time, but I knew if I stuck with it for 20 years, I had an idea that I could do it full time for a living and that. So, yeah, it was in my mind.
That was when you get those like inspiration, like, oh, I think that this might just work out, I guess.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you got to just be confident in yourself. And, I haven't failed at anything I've ever done. So I just pursued it. And after work, I would be carving in camp and had all my chainsaw carving gear. So when you're falling, you're only doing a 6.5 hour day. So I'd be doing, sitting around camp carving little dragons and gargoyles and bears.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I mean, I guess with the attitude of that not failing, I guess that really works out for carving competitions. What's that like being part of a competition when it comes to this?
It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of camaraderie there. Everybody's helping each other out, and you're learning a lot of new ideas when you go to the carving competitions as well. So, but yeah, you do want to do well at the competition. So there's a bit of a stress level there as well.
Well, I mean, I was speaking to actually you'd call a colleague that you actually inspired. I was talking to Marina Cole not too long ago.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, she came and saw me in a show out in Alberta there. I'm sponsored by Husqvarna, so I was doing one of their sportsman shows, and she was watching it, and we chatted, and then she's already on the path of being a great carver. She just hadn't really carved with a chainsaw before, so yeah, she had all the skills. She just needed bigger tools.
Right. Which is kind of cool to hear too. I mean, for somebody, for listeners that, I mean, we obviously we're a logging town, but when it comes to the artistic side of it, there's not a ton of experience around here with it too. That there is it's an available option for people that are looking for maybe they've got that hidden talent they just don't know that they have. You just got to try, I guess.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's got to be something that when you're carving, you want to carve something that really interests in you. Like I started off with all the fantasy work and stayed away from the bears and wildlife for probably the first 6 years until I got my skills built up because if you do a bad bear, it looks like a bad bear.
Yeah, it looks like like a gopher.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, the bears are tougher to do, and if you do fantasy work, if that's what you're interested in, a dragon's a dragon and a gargoyle's a gargoyle. There's no perfect model to follow for that.
Right. And that is one of your specialties, hey, fantasy work?
Yeah, oh, for sure, yeah. Well, you specialize in what you love, too, that's for sure. But I do everything over the years. I do a lot of custom orders, so, yeah, you've got to be able to carve anything once you get to this level anyways.
What would you say is your favorite thing to carve?
Oh, dragons for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, just you can you're always improving on them, with the scales and the wings and the detail. You can always get better. Whereas a bear, you only get so good at the bears, like you can still improve on the bears, but bear hair is bear hair, and the noses and the eyes. When you get into the dragons, like some of them I'll put abalone in the eyes, and it really helps bring the piece out. And then you're always working on better scaling and more depth and more movement in pieces,
Is it a large leap to take that you're a fan of Game of Thrones?
Oh, that's very true.
I just wrapped up watching season 7 just last night, or season 6, I guess it was.
Yeah, I just watched it. I finished it up too. I love that.
the
It's inspiring. Like when people see that, then all of a sudden you're getting orders for dragons, and it's showing more interest for that type of artwork for sure.
For sure. When it comes to competition, then I mean, I know that from talking to other carvers that are coming to town, that, like you said, there's a camaraderie that you're learning from one another. But I mean, there's still got to be that sense of secrecy of what you're going to do, isn't there?
Oh yeah, there is. I know. But honestly, like it's a logging theme. It's a logging town, so I'm gonna try my best to pull off a great forestry theme. And I've been in the bush long enough so that I should be able to come up with something good.
So, like, does that really mean like you don't know what you're going to carve yet?
Not really. I've got a couple ideas. Yeah, I'm gonna just start cutting. I'm gonna throw in like a bunch of logging stuff in there for sure, and come off. I don't want to give it away too much.
Darn.
Changes, once you get going and you start carving, I change my plan at competitions always, and it depends on the size of the wood, and if you have defect, cracks, or a bit of rot, where the knots are, so you've got to be able to move your pieces around. Like I don't usually draw in my wood, so I just go from my head and hope for the best.
What is like when you just said that? I mean, you kind of have to improvise based on the on what you're given. What is like the latest in a competition that you've kind of just completely changed your vision?
Well, and I just did a competition in Gold River 2 weeks ago, and well, I was planning on doing a two dragons, and then there's the piece didn't work out quite like that, so I did part of the dragon head, sort of like from Game of the Thrones, huge wing at the back with the seat. So, and then I did a big tree spirit face on the other side. So I had to change that up a little bit with the seams in the wood. I couldn't get another head in on the other side, and so that changed it around quite a bit, but it's never really a drastic change,
Yeah, that was what my next question was. Like, have you ever had to do a full scale change?
No. Yeah, you don't want to. That usually involves more wood.
Yeah. Well,
You're in some trouble,
No kidding. Well, I mean, I appreciate you taking the time. I won't take up too much of your time, Kevin. But when it comes to these competitions, then is there something that you do that I mean, I know that you're doing a lot of fantasy, and you're especially with dragons. Do you have kind of like a signature thing that you do to your works of art?
Well, I try not to do any paint. I do more torching. But every artist, carver out there, you can, once you get known for your style, it really stands out different than any other carver's style, that's for sure.
Perfect.
Usually mine's in the eyes and the face details, and I give my creatures I really take pride in the eyes that I do, whether it be a raven or a bear or a dragon, and that's what really sells a piece to me is that facial expression or the eye expression.
Well, I'm really looking forward to seeing what you come up with this weekend. So I'll let you go on that one. I appreciate you taking the time today, Kevin.
Oh, wonderful. Nice chatting with you, and hope everybody has a chance to make it out there.
Absolutely. Yeah. Go see Kevin Lewis this weekend at the Logger Sports Show. Thanks, Kevin. You have a great day. All right.
Yeah, you too.
We'll see you this weekend.